Have you ever found yourself sitting in your favorite chair, the house quiet around you, and suddenly felt a deep sense of peace wash over you? Or maybe, on the other hand, you've noticed how a noisy, chaotic environment leaves you feeling drained and tense by the end of the day? If so, you're not alone. As we grow older, the world around us doesn't always slow down, but our need for calm, for quiet, for moments of stillness becomes more important than ever. Today, we're going to talk about something that might surprise you: the power of silence. Not just the absence of noise, but the intentional choice to embrace quiet moments, and how doing so can actually help you live a longer, happier, and healthier life. You see, silence isn't just about resting your ears, it's about nourishing your mind, your body, and even your soul. And as we explore 6 key reasons why silence is essential for seniors, I think you'll find that some of the most profound joys in life come not from the loudest moments, but from the quiet ones. Let's start with the first reason. Silence reduces stress and lowers blood pressure. Now, you might already know that stress isn't good for us, but did you know that chronic stress can actually speed up aging and contribute to serious health problems? When we're constantly surrounded by noise, whether it's the TV blaring, traffic outside, or even well-meaning family members talking all at once, our bodies react as if we're under threat. Our heart rate goes up, our blood pressure rises, and over time, this takes a toll. But here's the beautiful thing: silence has the opposite effect. Studies have shown that just a few minutes of quiet can calm the nervous system, slow the heart rate, and even lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Imagine that. Something as simple as sitting in stillness can be like a mini vacation for your heart and mind. Now, let's move to the second reason. Silence sharpens your mind and improves memory. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went in there? Or struggled to concentrate on a book because your thoughts keep jumping around? It happens to all of us, especially as we age. But here's the fascinating part. Our brains need downtime to process information, make connections, and even form new memories. Think of silence like a reset button for your mind. When you give yourself quiet moments, whether it's sitting in the garden, enjoying a cup of tea without distractions, or simply closing your eyes for a few deep breaths, you're allowing your brain to recharge. And a well-rested brain is a sharper brain. You might even find that after a little quiet time, you remember things more easily, think more clearly, and feel more present in your daily life. And that brings us to the third reason. Silence strengthens your emotional resilience. Life after 60 comes with its share of changes, some joyful, some challenging. And in those moments when emotions feel overwhelming, silence can be a gentle refuge. Have you ever noticed how, after a disagreement or a frustrating situation, stepping away for a few minutes of quiet helps you respond with more patience and wisdom? That's because silence gives us space to process our feelings instead of reacting impulsively. It allows us to step back, breathe, and choose how we want to move forward, with grace, with kindness, and with a sense of calm. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But isn't it lonely to be silent? Don't we need conversation and connection? And you're absolutely right. Meaningful relationships are vital at every age. But here's the key. Silence isn't about isolation. It's about balance. It's about knowing when to engage and when to retreat, when to share your voice and when to simply listen to the world around you, to your own heart, and even to the people you love most. Because sometimes, the deepest connections happen not in words, but in shared quiet. I want you to think about how you can invite a little more silence into your day. Maybe it's turning off the radio during your morning coffee, or sitting on the porch for 5 minutes just watching the birds. Small moments add up. And in the next part, we'll explore 3 more powerful reasons why silence is a gift you give yourself. One that can truly transform your later years. Have you noticed how silence affects your mood or health? Do you have a favorite quiet ritual that helps you feel more at peace? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences might inspire someone else to embrace the power of stillness. And if this conversation resonated with you, Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more thoughtful discussions about living your best life at any age. Remember this: silence isn't empty. It's full of wisdom, healing, and the quiet joy of simply being. Here's to finding those precious moments of peace and to living longer, happier, and more fully because of them. Until next time, take care and cherish the quiet. We talked about how silence can lower stress, sharpen your mind, and even help you navigate emotions with more grace. But the benefits of quiet don't stop there. Today, let's explore 3 more reasons why embracing silence can be one of the kindest things you do for yourself as you grow older. First, let's talk about something we don't always consider. Silence helps your body heal and restore itself. Have you ever noticed how animals, when they're injured or unwell, find a quiet, safe place to rest? Instinctively, they know that stillness aids recovery. Well, we humans aren't so different. As we age, our bodies may need more time to repair and recharge. Whether we're managing a chronic condition, recovering from an illness, or simply feeling the natural fatigue that comes with a long life well lived. Here's what's fascinating. Studies show that periods of silence can actually boost your immune system. When you're in a noisy, stressful environment, your body stays in a state of low-grade tension, which can weaken your defenses over time. But in quiet, your cells get the signal that it's safe to focus on maintenance and healing. Think of it like this: every moment of silence is like giving your body a gentle nudge, saying, "It's okay, you can put your energy into taking care of yourself now." Whether it's a midday rest with the phone turned off, or simply sitting quietly after a meal instead of immediately turning on the TV, these pockets of peace add up to real physical benefits. Now let's move to the 5th reason, one that might surprise you. Silence deepens your spiritual connection, whatever that means to you. Whether you're religious, spiritual in a more personal way, or simply someone who finds awe in nature or art, silence has a way of opening doors to the profound. Have you ever sat in a quiet chapel, walked through the woods alone, or woken up early to watch the sunrise without speaking? There's something about those wordless moments that can feel sacred. As we grow older, many of us naturally start reflecting more on life's big questions: what it all means, what we've learned, how we want to spend whatever time remains. Silence creates the space for those reflections to surface and breathe. It's in the quiet that we often hear our own inner wisdom most clearly, or feel that sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. You don't need any special training to benefit from this, just the willingness to occasionally step away from the chatter and listen, not with your ears but with your heart. Which brings us to our 6th and final point, though we'll explore this more deeply in the next part. Silence teaches us the art of presence, the ability to truly inhabit each moment. Here's something I've noticed. Young people are often so busy documenting life, taking photos, posting updates, planning next steps, that they sometimes forget to actually live it. But in our later years, we have this incredible opportunity to do the opposite, to slow down and savor. Think about holding a grandchild without needing to fill the air with words, or sitting with an old friend where the comfortable quiet between you speaks volumes. These are the moments that often become our most cherished memories, precisely because we were fully there for them. Silence strips away distractions and leaves us with what's real: the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the way the steam curls up from your tea, the unspoken understanding in a loved one's eyes. This is how we turn ordinary days into extraordinary ones, not by doing more, but by being more present for what's already here. Now you might be wondering, this all sounds lovely, but how do I actually make space for silence when life feels so busy? Here's the beautiful secret: it doesn't require hours of meditation or complete solitude unless you want that. Start small. Try eating 1 meal a day without any background noise. Sit for just 5 minutes after waking up before checking the phone or TV. Pause for 3 deep breaths before answering the phone. These tiny pauses act like punctuation marks in your day, creating rhythm and space where there was once only rush. Have you discovered certain times of day when silence feels most nourishing? Or maybe you've noticed changes in how you feel since paying more attention to this. Share your experiences in the comments. Your insights might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you're finding this exploration meaningful, do give the video a like and subscribe for more conversations about thriving in your later years. Because here's the truth. Silence isn't about missing out on life. It's about going deeper into it. It's in the quiet that we often hear the most important whispers from our bodies, our hearts, and the world around us. In our final part, we'll bring all this together with practical ways to cultivate more silence daily and how to handle the challenges that might come with it. Until then, why not experiment with gifting yourself just a few extra minutes of quiet today? You might be surprised at what you discover when you simply allow yourself to listen. The many gifts that silence brings as we age, from calming our nervous systems to sharpening our minds and deepening our spiritual connections. Now, as we come to the final part of our conversation, I want to share with you not just why silence matters, but how to weave it seamlessly into the beautiful tapestry of your daily life. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 72-year-old widow who wrote to me after watching our earlier discussions. She shared how, for years, she'd kept her television on from morning till night, not even really watching it, just needing the background noise to fill her empty house. Then one day, after learning about the benefits of silence, she decided to try something radical. She turned it off. Just for 1 hour at first. That hour stretched into 2, then into whole mornings. What surprised her most wasn't the quiet itself, but what emerged from it. The return of her love for piano playing that she'd abandoned decades ago. The clarity to finally start writing those family stories for her grandchildren. And most unexpectedly, a new comfort with her own company. Margaret's story illustrates something profound. Silence isn't about deprivation, but about making space for what truly matters to emerge. As seniors, we've earned the right to be selective about how we spend our energy and attention. Every moment of intentional quiet is like clearing away the mental clutter so your authentic self can breathe and flourish. Now let's talk about some very practical ways to cultivate this in your daily routine. First, consider creating what I call quiet zones in your home. This doesn't require remodeling, just designate certain areas or times as technology-free. Maybe it's your favorite armchair where you commit to sitting without devices for 15 minutes each morning. Or perhaps it's making your dining table a phone-free zone so meals become opportunities for either meaningful conversation or comfortable quiet. These small sanctuaries of stillness become anchors in your day. For those who worry that silence means isolation, let me reassure you some of the most profound connections happen in shared silence. Think about the comfortable quiet between longtime partners reading together in the evening, or the wordless understanding when you sit with a friend who's grieving. These moments often communicate more than any words could. As social creatures, we need both connection and stillness. The wisdom lies in balancing the two. Here's an exercise you might try, the 5 senses silence practice. When you find a quiet moment, perhaps looking out your window or sitting in your garden, gently notice one thing you can see. Maybe the way sunlight filters through leaves. One thing you can hear, perhaps distant birdsong or the wind chime next door. One thing you can feel, the texture of your sweater or the chair beneath you. One thing you can smell, fresh air, your tea, dinner cooking. One thing you can taste, even if it's just the lingering flavor of your last sip of water. This simple practice, taking less than a minute, roots you firmly in the present and demonstrates how silence isn't empty. It's actually full of rich experiences we often overlook. For those nights when sleep proves elusive, consider reframing your wakefulness as an opportunity for restorative silence rather than a frustration. Instead of turning on bright lights or screens, you might try this. Breathe deeply and count your breaths backward from 100, or mentally list things you're grateful for from your day. Often, releasing the anxiety about being awake allows sleep to come more naturally. And even if it doesn't, you've given your body the next best thing, deep, conscious rest. As we conclude, I want to acknowledge that embracing silence is a deeply personal journey. For some, it might mean rediscovering prayer or meditation. For others, it could be as simple as turning off the car radio during errands to enjoy the rhythm of ordinary life passing by. What matters isn't how perfectly you do it, but that you honor your need for stillness in whatever form feels right for you. I'd love to hear how your relationship with silence is evolving. Have you discovered particular times of day when quiet feels most nourishing? Maybe you found creative ways to balance social connection with needed solitude. Your experiences in the comments could light the way for others on this path. If this series has resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more conversations about thriving in our later years. Remember, every small moment of silence you gift yourself is an act of self-respect and a celebration of the wisdom you've earned. Here's to the quiet spaces between the notes that make life's music beautiful, to the stillness that helps us hear our own hearts more clearly, and to living these golden years with intention, grace, and just the right amount of peaceful silence. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. May your days be filled with meaningful moments, both spoken and unspoken. Take good care.